Last week, we pulled back the blankets on the Hudson's Bay Company. Today, I'm heading to an island where there's no bridges, no cars, and a mayor who unironically identifies as a pirate. The only way in is by boat, but I've heard it's a total paradise. But I'm a bit of a skeptic. So let's go see what happens when you let a pirate design a mini utopia.
It's 14.
Well, I'll tell you what, there you go.
Sorry, I'll be 14.
Okay, here we are in the parking lot, which has no SUVs. It's just golf carts and wagons. Every gallon of milk, all the grocery hauls, every piece of IKEA furniture that you bring over has to be lugged in on one of these. I feel like it's the ultimate marriage test. Cute. The guy who sold this island as a sort of Finding Neverland dream in the 60s was Frank Ney. He was the mayor who identified as a pirate. He would preside over city council meetings dressed as a buccaneer. No joke.
Where do you get your tax notices, folks? That'll take the smiles off your faces. Ha 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 ha! 8 bells and all is well.
Frank Ney, the people's choice.
He named the roads things like Pirate Lane and Jolly Roger Way as a way to sell the brand, to sell that dream. The dream being a place where you could build what you wanted, live how you wanted, and essentially leave the real world behind on the other side of the harbor. He sold the idea that you could be a pirate in a suburban world. You could leave behind everything and live completely free, undisturbed, unbothered, and off-grid, sort of. The thing about being a pirate is that pirates usually live off of their plunder. And so once you bring your stuff over here, you build your house and you're here, how do you get your groceries? I'm assuming most people here have a Costco card, but at the same time, you can't really take a huge haul because you have to then carry everything onto your little golf cart back to your property. Now, to buy a piece of property here in the 60s and all the building materials to build what you needed to do, it would cost you at max $20,000 Canadian, probably closer to 15K. Today, all the properties are starting at $1 million. So the next time your parents are asking you why you're not a homeowner yet, you can ask Mary and Joseph for another divine miracle, or they can just co-sign the old mortgage, because it's not the 60s anymore now, is it? So far, I haven't seen one grocery store, one cafe, one anything. I saw a basement disguised as a library, but that's about it. All of the power and water go through a giant, I guess, umbilical cord that runs underwater on the seafloor from the main island to here. I don't know why, but that kind of freaks me out. What if a ship accidentally puts an anchor down and rips that umbilical cord up? Does it suddenly become the most expensive campground in Canada? Before this place became this sort of Finding Neverland oasis, it actually used to be a major producer of coal. Last week, we mentioned how the Hudson's Bay Company definitely started out with fur trade, but once they landed on the West Coast, they discovered coal and very quickly pivoted. This quiet, carless, cute little island is sitting on top of super old coal mines. There was so much coal produced that it fueled the British Empire. They were able to maintain total dominance on the Pacific coast, and it even fueled all the warships for the Opium Wars in China. It was a massive producer of coal. Now today, it's turned into the most quaint and cute little area. It feels like you're in a time warp, or when you were a kid and you dreamed of sort of like a Swiss Family Robinson life where you got to like live in a treehouse or live off the land. And I don't know how else to explain it. It kind of feels like that. It feels like at any moment I'm waiting for a cute little fairy or a little garden gnome to jump out and say hello. Everyone that I've run into is incredibly kind.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So neighborly, so nice. Except for one woman who was definitely giving off the vibe of a witch out of a children's book. But fair. She was just being a concerned neighbor and wondering why I was walking around with a camera everywhere. I'd rather that than somebody who was totally oblivious. Gotta love a public service notice. Uncommon sense is still uncommon, it seems. Oh, how cute is that? I've been walking around now for probably 2 hours. You only ever see a few people out on foot, walking their dogs. I think I've seen 5 golf carts cruising through. It's so chill. It really is like its own little universe. I don't know if this is really what I expected. I guess, to be honest, even I'm already like, I need a coffee shop. I feel so secluded. But really, the main island's only 10 minutes away. And the little passenger ferry that I came in on, it runs every hour, both ways. I'm starting to get the allure. I'm starting to get it, you guys. The island is home to the only registered floating pub in Canada. It's a pub, it's sitting on the water, it floats. I don't know how I'd feel about like the whole seasickness thing while drinking. I don't know if I could do that, but doesn't matter. Let's go check it out. No. Oh, well. It's not only the only floating registered pub in Canada, it's also the only closed floating registered pub in Canada. Oh, that sucks. Sorry, I can't see it all now. That's okay. That sucks. I need to take a little breather. I'm really hungry. I need to use the loo, you know, my human necessities. If you don't live here, it's like, what are you gonna do? Well, it's quiet, it's quirky, and it's definitely quaint. But what do you think? Is a carless island now part of your new retirement plan vision board, or is Uber Eats just something you could never live without?